Oh, come on! Well, anyway, I found it! Welcome back, everyone! This is that evidence. In case you didn't see it, I presented this thing. So, for some reason, that's the answer to my riddles, my mysteries. The thing that caused me to get my first guilty verdict of the game. Curse you, photo! I don't get it. Anyway, whatever. That's what it is. I'm just mad for no reason. Or am I? Anyway, that's the evidence. The photograph of the crime scene. I don't care much for the smirk on Prosecutor Gavin's face. But this is no time to think twice. Time to press on. Yes, Your Honor, the crime scene. There is something in here that decisively contradicts the prosecution's point. Then perhaps you'd best show us the something. Get your finger out of the good breeze and put it to the good use, ya. Very well. Show us what you're talking about, Mr. Justice. The contradiction at the scene of the crime is... Well, I'm not 100% sure, but I want to say maybe this? You didn't see the writing on the ground. Oh my gosh, I need to get rid of that immediately. Or something like that. The contradiction is right here. The smeared bloodstains. I thought it was just my blurry vision. But it really was blurry. The way the victim's hand is raised above his head. Much like a gesture I have seen many times in this court. It's almost as if he wrote something. Aha! I get it! At least I think I get it! Get what, Fraulein? When Mr. Latouche was shot, he tried to write something! And what would he write but the shooter's name? And what would he write in but his own blood? Pretty good, huh? Thanks for making my point for me. Yes, in fact, that's what I think happened here. That does seem to be a distinct possibility. The victim wrote the killer's name. It's certainly a logical conclusion. Drat! I just wish it wasn't all rubbed out like that! Of course it's rubbed out. Why, if I were a killer, I certainly wouldn't want to leave my own name behind. I wonder what the judge's name is. I mean, we never actually heard his name before, have we? I mean, we just know him as Judge. I want to know your name, dude! Neither would I. Okay, I'm out of order now. Okay, there we go. Now we're right. No one has anything else to say? About what? So the prosecution accepts this? You agree this was the victim making an attempt to record the name of the killer? And that the killer tried to rub the name out? What's your point? What's my point? Let me ask you this. How did the killer know the victim was writing their name? Well, Mr. Latouche was writing something in blood. Once the killer saw what it was... Wait. Once he saw what it was... But what did you just testify about the shooter? I said they were blind. Ack! Yet the crime scene itself contradicts that. The killer had to have been able to see. Why would they rub out the name in blood otherwise? May I remind the court that the defendant Maki Tobai is blind. He couldn't have been the shooter. Impossible! Emma, calm down, jeez. Order! 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 Prosecutor Gavin, please explain to me what all this means. ... I mean, looking at this photo, it seems quite clear that the shooter could see. Yet up until now... It seems I owe the court an apology. The Gaviniers are a band with law enforcement ties, yet a murder occurred. During our concert, apparently this caused some confusion over jurisdiction. As a result, some reports were not filed in an entirely timely manner. I'm not sure I like the vibe I'm getting here. Hey, Apollo, look at him! Why is Prosecutor Gavin all relaxed and smiling like that? Like he knows something we don't, and he's about to tell us. I've got an idea. Let's rock! With these documents, But before that, I have a question for the Fraulein detective. If I may. What? Tell me, why do you think that Maki Tobai is blind? Huh? Oh, what did you say? What did he say? What are you saying? Of course he's blind. Of course. He's the blind pianist, right? So he's... Doesn't Lamiroir lead him around by the hand all the time? No way! I have a report here on the defendant Maki Tobai. According to this, Maki Tobai can see perfectly well. What? Plot twist! His blindness was merely a publicity ploy by those clever Morginians. He can see quite well. But you said... What did I say exactly? Ha! That's what he said, hair forehead. Hair forehead, not once in the trial of this... Wait, not once in the course of this trial have I claimed the defendant was blind. The only one who did was Fraulein Detective. But that's a significant fact, yes. Consider Maki Tobai sees, and he was the only one who could have fled through the air vent. I see no problems with this. But what about the bullet holes in the wall? Yes, the bullet holes. I believe Hair Forehead neatly explained those for us. He didn't miss because he couldn't see. It was the kickback from the 45 caliber revolver. A simple accident, in other words. I think it's the first time they've zoomed in on his face, correct? I think. Ack! How's that? I'm afraid your objection has just flown off of the brightest skies. Urgh. This is where the real fun begins, Hair Forehead. Yarg! So you're a pirate now, Apollo? What a yarg that was, my goodness. I knew you didn't have what it took. You jerk. Just what was I in here for? Comic relief? Yeah, apologize! Oh, sorry. That's no way to apologize! He's angered the Trucy now. He's angered the Trucy? Okay. Look out. Ahem. If we can please end the bickering now. Whatever, I'm not leaving. I can't leave like this. I'll come up with some clue to solving this case if it kills me. But your testimony has already given us enough to convict the defendant. Ah, don't say that. Aha! Aha, what? This bloodstain. The criminal tried to wipe it off, right? That seems to be what happened, yes. We might be able to find out what was really written here. Really? You can do that? That's right, with this. It's called luminol. Maybe you know of it? It's a chemical that reacts to blood. Ah, yes. Have we done those tests yet? Huh. As if I'm going to tell you. The bloodstains covered a section of the carpet. In order to perform blood tests, that section was removed and submitted. Perhaps we should request it here in court now. They really haven't done that yet. It's okay then. Anyway, right. Go for it, Apollo. Huh? I have to do the test? You just have to spray the luminol on it. Simple. A chemical that reacts to blood. I've heard of this somewhere. You probably heard it in Phoenix Wright's little court case. Things happen, you know. Yes. I believe an analysis is called for. Have at it. Alright. Right. Ready? It's easy as pie. What, you even loaned a pair of your weird glasses? That's interesting. Just touch the screen to spray an area, because I thought she said before you like needed her glasses to see it clearly, but I don't know. Just touch the screen to spray an area. Here, give it a try. The eyes of the entire court are focused on me. Apollo, your hand's shaking! Let's do this! Alright, time to spray. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. That was insane, really. Not a number. Is this just gonna zoom in or I have to press the A button? Oh, I have to touch the screen, I see. IPYX 314206. Yeah, totally. Or upside down, it doesn't say anything still, so I don't know, actually. I just don't know. Either way, wow, it really works. This must be the power of science! It says... Okay, that's not what I thought. I thought it was a Y, not an X. IPXX314206. Is that the killer's name? Maybe it is. Maybe it was a robot. Aha, I have it. So what is it? I thought those letters IPXX looked familiar. This is an Interpol ID number. Interpol? You mean the International Police Agency? Yes, most are undercover agents working to solve international crimes. But why would he write that number? Why would Mr. Latouche even know a number like that? Good show, Fraulein Detective. Rock on. Eh? Your Honor, we can verify this number immediately. Darien, are you there? Come up to the witness stand. Oh, did Darien do it? He actually was another one of my suspects, but he was on stage, wasn't he? So that's part of what I don't really understand, actually. I mean, he can't really... But then again, there is that magician guy that we saw. I mean, what's the matter with him? Maybe he was the real culprit. I mean, he's a magician. Maybe he could just disappear out into thin air randomly, because that's just what they do for some reason. I don't know. Darien, you heard what we need. Go check into this Interpol ID number. Sure thing. Give me 30 minutes. No, give me 27. What an oddly specific number. I'm not sure what to think of all this. The prosecution's case is airtight, or so it seems. Yet if this number is really that of an Interpol agent... Oh wait, I know. What if Maki Tobai is really an undercover Interpol agent? That would be a possibility. A possibility, yes. And one that would mark him as the killer for certain. Why did Latouche know an Interpol ID number? That's what I want to know. Well, we have some time while we await Darien's report. Let's work on unraveling another mystery, shall we? A curious mystery concerning Maki Tobai. What are you talking about? Fraulein Detective, please accept my apologies. I received word that the defendant could, in fact, see just before the trial began. It seems too much of a bother to tell you. You had me until that last bit. Does this not raise a rather straightforward question? Well, sure. Why did Maki pretend he couldn't see? Exactly. It makes little sense. What do you think, Hair Forehead? Huh? Me? Maki Tobai pretended he was blind. Do you know why? How could he know? Wait! Prosecutor Gavin knows why, doesn't he? He's known from the start of the trial. He's been leading us on the whole time. Something wrong. Do you think perhaps this is all some kind of game? Know that the moment I heard that report, I knew why. I suppose people who have sold over 1 million records really are something else. What does that have to do with anything? There was a reason why Maki Tobai pretended to be blind, but it wasn't for his own sake. Getting the picture now? It wasn't for himself? Well, Mr. Justice, can you present evidence that shows us why the defendant had to feign blindness? Well, I don't really know, actually, because of all the clutter in the room. No, that wouldn't make any sense. I don't freaking know. Why would I know? The lyrics? I don't know how to read lyrics, man, so I'm just gonna go a little bit crazy over that. I honestly don't know, but I think I'm going to say... Yeah, I'm gonna say I haven't a clue. I have no idea. Hair Forehead, I'm disappointed in you. Unless you're merely feigning stupidity, yeah? Keep it up, wise guy. Recall the relationship of Lamiroir and Maki Tobai. In particular, their arrangement over the years before visiting our country. Lamiroir and her pianist. They would always walk together, she leading him by the hand. Even when they got on stage, she would lead him to the piano. She would walk all the way over there with him. That's right, because he was blind, or so we thought. She led him at all times. All times. All times. Yet we now know that Maki could see perfectly well. Why keep up the charade? Well, wasn't it part of their performance? There was a simpler explanation here, Judge. Maki did not need to be led by the hand at all, which means... Ah! You don't mean... I do. It was the other way around. The one who needed to be led by hand was Lamiroir. What's this? So you mean to say that Lamiroir... Are you serious with this thing, by the way? I was joking earlier! Lamiroir is... she's... blind as a bat hair, Judge. I was joking! What? Are you serious? Okay. You remember, everyone, I was joking. You heard me say it. Like, oh, I'm blind! It's the truth! I'm actually blind just like Maki! Except, I mean, obviously, it's not a one-to-one saying here, because obviously, I mean, if he's not blind, then it would throw that part out of the window. But still, though, the part where I said she was blind... How does this happen? My gosh, my crazy non-theories turned into something real. This is crazy, Prosecutor Gavin. Yeah, wasn't she supposed to be the landscape painter in sound or something? Well, since we have her here... Ah! Why not ask Lamiroir herself? I believe she is still in the witnesses' waiting room. Paulo, what does this mean for our case? Don't ask me, I had no idea she couldn't see. I didn't even imagine it until now. Bailiff, bring in Lamiroir. If you say so, then. Lamiroir, it pains me deeply to call you before us again in this way, and yet I must. Please do not be concerned on my behalf! Those eyes, she really can't see. Really? ... It is true! ... How funny it is that a tiny lie born in the Borginian countryside would one day grow to entangle the entire world. So you are... Yes, as I mentioned before, I have no memory of the time before I became Lamiroir. Know too that my memories begin in darkness. The word light has no meaning for Lamiroir. I see. You may recall me saying something towards the beginning of this trial here, Forehead. What's that? I believe it was unfortunate that this crime had no direct witnesses. Ah. Now, Lamiroir, I must ask you to stand once more. Will you testify to the court about your eyes? Of course! It was never my intent to deceive any of you. May I begin, Your Honor? Yes. Yes, of course. Though I admit I'm a little lost here. I think we're all a bit lost here, Your Honor. I see. Witness's testimony... I mean, I'm lost too, but really. Lamiroir's eyes, I'm still a little bit in shock too, even. I have no memory of the light. I debuted in a world of darkness and sound. My producer came up with my PR line before he knew this. So silly as it may sound, I had to pretend I could see. Everyone on my staff knew, of course, but no others. I don't understand how this works. Doesn't make any sense. But this is a murder trial. I apologize, it was part of my contract, you see. I was to keep my blindness a secret no matter what. Music is everything for me. I never imagined something like this would... She told us the truth in the beginning, when she said she saw nothing. Very well. Does the defense have anything to add? I'd like to cross-examine. But what is there left to ask? There was one thing in her testimony that bothered me. Perhaps it is best we let you go and get it out of your system. Someday you'll come to understand the importance of thinking for yourself. Very well. The defense may proceed. However, be aware this court will not tolerate any questions deemed too stressful to the witness. Oh, crud. Okay, there was only one part that bothered me. So let me ask about that and I'll be happy. So that's not good then. That means that I'm probably going to get penalized for pressing these things, right? I have no memory of the light. Are you sure about that? Are you absolutely sure about that? I don't know. I probably shouldn't press that, but at the same time, maybe I should. I mean, you know, I already got my first guilty verdict of the game, so what's another guilty verdict, right? Oh, jeez. Either way. I have no memory of the light. I debuted in the world of darkness and sound. My producer came up with my PR line before he knew this. So silly as it may sound, I had to pretend I could see. Everyone on my staff knew, of course, but no others. But no others. Okay, I see. I suppose that's a confession of sorts. There's just one part that bothers me. I'm going to get to the bottom of it. Well, we'll try anyway. If you know the world of dark and sound, my producer came up with my PR line before he knew this. Wait. With my PR line before. Okay. So silly as it may sound, I had to pretend I could see. Okay. Everyone was. What though? I mean, obviously I gotta press something, but what is wrong with this? There's gotta be something wrong with this little whatchamacallit here. Would the brooch contradict anything? I kinda wonder. I mean, they're usually like, oh, I lost my brooch, I can't believe it. Well, wait a second though. She knew about the bullet holes though. So now I'm starting to think, yeah, maybe the diagram is the right answer. Okay, so let's see. I had no memory of the light. I debuted in the world of darkness and sound. My producer came with my PR line for me. So as silly as it may sound, I had to pretend I could see. Everyone must have knew. Well, press this? Was that to protect your images as a landscape painter and sound? That does not matter so much to me, really. But the label is quite concerned about it, I think. A landscape painter who can't see, that's like a pianist who can't play, huh? I'm not sure you can compare your father to Lamiroir. The world of commercial music is filled with these little white lies. Nothing is sacred when it comes to publicity. Okay, so that didn't punish me then. So silly as my son, I had to pretend that I could see. You had to pretend that you can see, yet you clearly made note of the bullet. Wait, why did she make note of the bullet holes again? I don't remember what the reason for that was, but I'm still kind of want to present this. No, all right, okay, fine. I thought it was okay. You know what? I don't care. I'm gonna start pressing everything. I'm just gonna see if it's true. I don't care. I'm probably gonna get guilty over it, but you know, I don't care. I'm just gonna do it anyway. Like I said, I already got one guilty verdict. What's another one? Doesn't really matter, right? All right, back to the beginning. I have no memory of the light. So you don't know why you went blind? I do not. I may have been born this way, in fact. It's fruitless to attempt to pry into a past. And I might add, it's a delicate subject. I'm not sure we can reasonably expect Mr. Justice to do anything delicately. Hey, why I oughta... Take a deep breath and calm down. What I am now is all that I have. It is enough, I think. And I didn't get punished for that, okay. So then they're bluffing, thank you. Or maybe not, I don't know. I debuted in the world of darkness and sound. Well, we'll see, actually. We don't know if all of these are gonna be like that. Weren't you nervous to hit the stage in your condition? No, not at all, surprisingly. It felt natural singing in front of everyone. It's not something just anyone can do. She has talent, that much is clear. You might even say she is beloved by the gods of music. Even without light, I live perfectly happy in my world of sound. If that is a talent, as you say, then I thank the gods responsible. What about your PR motto? What about the PR motto? My producer came up with this PR line before he knew this. Perhaps your music reminded him of the Borginian scenery? No! This is terrible! It was quite the opposite. The opposite? According to my producer, my music has a certain global quality. Global? Multicultural, if you will, hard to pin to one region. When people listen to it, they picture the country closest to the hearts. Which is why my music has reached so many. What a lovely story! It sounds like this producer might have known what he was doing after all. My songs are nothing more than a white canvas. To me, the real landscape painter are the listeners. When I think of that, I do not mind how I am represented to the world so much. Yet one thing quickly led to another. So silly as it may sound, I had to pretend I could see. I already pressed that one, I believe, right? Correct. Yes, indeed. Alright, so congratulations. That was a bit pressed. That was it. No, that was not it. Whoops. My bad, everyone. I forgot about that. I had to pretend everyone on my staff knew, of course, but no others. Alright, well, let's see then. When you say your staff, do you include Mr. Latouche? Of course, he was my manager! So he knew, and that's what's been bugging me. Something the matter, Mr. Justice? I know what is bothering a young defense attorney. You are thinking of when you discovered the body, yes? ... Is he right, Apollo? Yes, I was. He's alive. Mr. Latouche, can you hear me? Cold. So cold. Witness. You're cold? Don't worry, I'll get you a blanket. You're going to be fine. Help is on the way. Can't see. Hang in there, Mr. Latouche. Tell me, who was the witness? The witness is Siren. Mr. Latouche told me to ask the witness, and he named you. ... Why would he do that? He knew you were blind. I don't know. Tisk tisk. ... What did I just say? You need to learn to think for yourself. Meaning what? There is no mystery here if you recall everything he said. Think of his last words once more. The witness. Siren. We've heard that many times, along with a little play acting by our defense. I remember them well myself, but that statement is not to what I refer. I mean what he said before that. Before? What came before that? Ack! That's right, he tried to tell you. When he said can't see, he wasn't talking about himself. He was talking about the witness. I see. Excuse me. Too bad. The defense did not. Well, here, forehead. Try relaxing and looking at the facts first next time. Urk! Yeah, that's great, right? Order! Recall Lamiroir's earlier testimony. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. There were 2 shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it. But she couldn't have heard... What? Heard those gunshots. I thought we proved that. That is not the most important point here. The moment he was shot, Mr. Latouche witnessed her through that window. Why else would he have named her as the witness? But I really did hear them! 2 gunshots and the man's voice! Unfortunately, such a thing was impossible. The window was closed. We have already run a simulation, of course. But it was so clear! If I heard that voice again, I would know it in an instant. Your Honor! What is it, bailiff? Can't you see we're in session here? The judge really always forgets when he sends the bailiff out to do things, doesn't he? My goodness, so. We have the results back from the investigation. The investigation, yep. Judge. What is wrong with you, dude? The Interpol number that Mr. Latouche left us. ... Well, let's hear it. We will continue this cross-examination afterward. Detective Crescend, your report, please. I asked Interpol about that number. I'm sure you'll find their answer intriguing. Quick words as always, Diane. Well, tell us about the number. Is the defendant a secret agent? IPXX314206. The agent registered under this number was Romine Latouche. What? Our undercover Interpol agent was Mr. Latouche himself. He was apparently in the middle of an operation. So when he wrote those letters, he was trying to tell us his own identity. And a cautious killer tried to wipe them away. Mr. Latouche is an undercover Interpol agent? So him being Lamiroir's manager? It's just a cover, most likely. There's one other important detail I found. Well, out with it. concerns that 45 caliber revolver, the murder weapon, apparently belonged to Romain Latouche. He had an Interpol permit to carry firearms, and the registration number on the revolver matched. So the victim was killed with his own weapon, which makes sense. It's hard to imagine someone who wasn't an Interpol agent with such a large revolver. So the victim was an Interpol agent on an undercover op. I wonder how that ties in everything. It's gotta tie in somehow, you'd think! Yeah, somehow. Thanks for looking into that for us, Detective Crescend. It's a great help. Oh, no problem at all, Your Honor. I'll be heading out. Hold it! Hold it! Wait! Lamiroir, is something the matter? That voice just now! Oh my gosh, no way. So my secondary suspect was correct then. Or was it? I think I did say Lamiroir, so I don't know. My third suspect was correct in that case. Or was it my fourth? Maybe I actually thought the magician guy was my third suspect. Or maybe I thought he was my second. I don't freaking know, actually. Daryan. Mr. Daryan, is it? It was him. I am sure of it. It was him. You aren't saying. That voice I heard talking to Mr. Latouche when I heard the gunshots fired. It was him. It was Mr. Daryan. What the heck? Is this some kind of joke? What? No way. Oh my gosh, Daryan, you better watch out, man. The courtroom fell into such a chaotic state the trial had to be suspended temporarily. I've never seen that happen before. Of course, it's not every day you get an accusation like that. Accusation like that one. Lamiroir fingering Daryan Crescent. Not only is he a guitarist, he's a detective. Oh boy, don't take that out of context, everyone. Could it really have been his voice Lamiroir heard? Things were changing fast, and frankly, I wasn't sure I could keep up with it. Hey, no whipping out now, Apollo! Why are you in a black background, Trucy? Did the entire room go dark and you just lit up like a light bulb or something? I mean, it doesn't make any sense now. Something almost like it was magic or something. Or was it? I have no idea, really. So now we're going to do this another day, and then Daryan's going to be under arrest, and oh my gosh, that's going to be amazing, isn't it? Oh, geez. So then, either way, I think now's a perfectly great time to end today's episode. Don't you think, everyone? I think that would be the case, anyway. So then, everyone, on the next exciting episode... Well, I guess we're probably going to do some more investigating. What do you think about that plot twist, I guess? Oh, it was Daryan. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you thought it was Daryan from the beginning, but... I mean, regardless, I don't know. I thought it was kind of a sort of plot twist-ish. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Lamiroir actually told us the truth, or so we think she told us the truth. And then it's him. It's not someone completely different. I thought it was the magician guy, though. I wanted it to be the magician. I wanted it to be the magician, I should say. Kind of. I mean, I didn't really want it to be Lamiroir just because, you know, I don't know. She's freaking Merity, for Pete's sake. You know, you shouldn't want Merity to be the one who was the guilty person here. You obviously want someone completely different. Someone that you don't understand, like Daryan or that magician guy. You don't understand those two. You barely even see him. It's like, oh, jeez. Who are you people? Anyway, I've been blabbing on long enough here. So, anyway, I'm going to end you off right now. And tomorrow, like I said, we'll be hopefully finding some more answers to this crazy, mysterious case. My goodness. What craziness. I can't believe it. Bye!